Good morning everyone. Yesterday we found Linux kernel not LTO linking on 32-bit latest and greatest previously precious x86 CPUs with 486 not supported, and I also quickly tested this with 586. It also doesn't work, so not sure what's going on there, whether that was never supported, never tested, or both. Let's see if we can quickly patch that. My hope is that it's only recurring theme, right? Only quickly adding those to LVM somewhere. A little bit surprised. So 586 also doesn't work. 686 I guess also doesn't work then, which is quite. But yeah. Interesting stuff. So let's see if he finds this. So usually I grab for the... why does copy and paste not work? Usually I grab for the error, so there might be multiple issues with that. First of all, it might not be prefixed with error. This might be some generic category thing, but it also isn't. So it is an LD, so that is a bummer. So yeah, as usual, the hunt, and welcome everyone. The hunt starts with where the heck is that even located in? So let's see. In Clang, okay, there are some, not a CPU thing, there are some drivers. With a target, okay, might be Clang to my surprise. Do they really run that through Clang? Interesting, might be Clang after all, didn't expect that. The yesterday we have seen, so that was probably verbose log. And then arrow to standard out to capture that all. I thought they had run LLD. Let's double check that. Would we see that between all the noise here? Because there is KCC. There is one more. Here's some remote. Okay, they run indeed KCC. Yeah, it's apparently here. Okay, let's grab something that they say they support, like one of those. So usually I not to over grab. Excuse a bit, big city life. Here, where would that be? MRH here maybe. Oh, this is a test driver. Front ends, this is a test. I can also grab reverse test. There was some WinChip, to my surprise. WinChip? This is also test. I thought IR because it's leading test. Yeah. Okay, that is interesting. That is only in tests. It might after all be in LVM here in target, so it might be possible that Clang passes that one-to-one to LLVM. Atom CPU use for each P and one null atom proc model. I'm surprised it builds otherwise. That is so strange. Why does Clang MRH 586? That surely did work or not? Oh no, it doesn't. So that is crazy. It compiles all the files? Or is it only linker? Is this... Is it FLTO? Why do most of the files build then? I mean, surely lots of other stuff was built at this point. So the thing is, that is not, what even is that? Some table generation also. Where do they use is 32-bit, 32. Okay, this is just sub-target features. Now we need to find a good place to hook into that. Maybe it's not as easy after all. It might be... I mean, that would truly suck. I mean, why do they not have... Here are some... Oh, here's 486. Here are some. Why are they not... This is funny tuning. Here's tuning insert V0 upper. Is that this surely? Why would that be there? Okay, to my surprise, we have here some 686 definitions, but why would they not work? Yeah, so best usually is to attach a debugger just that this stuff is large, right? What do we even... Maybe it just doesn't like this as arch for some reason, unlike GCC. Yeah, 2023 and we still debug compiler optimization options. So tune march. So also this is also historically super annoying that on some things it's CPU and some it's architecture. It's like because this is ARM. So GCC surprisingly still has WinChip for crazy reasons, which I certainly appreciate, unlike others certainly calling for its removal. Why would this not work? Now we need to figure out a good debugging point, how to reproduce that. How does it work here? Where is your march? Probably it should be in here somewhere. GCC compiles this to the following when march tune selection tag enable gather with march. I mean, maybe it is a Clang thing after all. Not having some code to march is best. Of course, escaping that. Here's Clang linker wrapper. That sounds not unreasonable. Here is also some Clang driver help text. Here is some get march used instead. Driver toolchains does not sound too implausible. Where is x86? Here is arch. Fix me. Reject attempts to use march native unless the target matches. Not the most in there. Oops. What do they... So that is just target features, native auto-detected feature list. Okay, native should get arch name x86 64H. Yeah, command line parsing in 2023, difficult. That appears to be. Don't instantly see where this is passed through. Get arch, error message. Here is some. So that is AMD GPU though. Let's see what they do here. Because here's some generic arc has Clang driver options. So maybe tune. Let's see if generic could probably, I mean generic really should work, right? Nope. I believe I once patched, did I not once patch this for some Power PC? Okay, that is just R2 default for MIPS 4. Maybe I didn't patch that for some reason. And welcome everyone. Question there, can they use T2 as a regular desktop or as well? I surely do. Of course, it's more involved, similar to Gen 2 or Arch or so, but of course you can. I do. I'm live streaming from it. Other people find it amazing. Default generic unless Arch is present, targeting the PS4, PS5. Oh my god. Only now do I see this. So yeah, where would that freaking be? Replace parsing of march flags can be done storing GPU arch? What? Here, unfortunately, it's a little bit more involved than I thought. I thought I'd go there in 5 minutes and patch there some name into that. This is, by the way, are these all, or why are these only so few? Also drop frames, 314 drop frames. Vodafone's failing, doxes. Should I use them after all? So the question, so we cannot always find each string that might come generated, right? Okay, it's not in Clang directly. Then it surely should be more in here. What? How can this not? Why is that not? That is finding something. Oh man. Here are some CPUs, also an LLVM target parser host. CPU plus. What did I just Google? RSSP L4 plus for some. That's not serial console, or whatever's going on there. Might be plus. So is it in Clang? Clang we have only tests, I should filter tests out. So this leaves us with very little. Here's define. Okay, so here is define CPU macros. The rest is in LLVM. Here's also some x86 target parser, maybe. It's absolutely crazy that I mean, Am I the first and only person who ever wanted to optimize for 5, 6 or 486? This is absolutely bizarre. So yeah, there are unfortunately 2 places, annoyingly. So probably, but maybe we found 486 in there. Or is it hidden behind some... Does LVM think it is building 64-bit code? It could also be a possibility, right? So let's first see what exactly they're doing, maybe in reverse order, because in the other file I've looked already. Feature bit set features. Do we have any? I mean, here are some feature bit sets for core 2. Okay, what do we have here? But we have Pentiums. Do they have Pentium MMX? Let's see what it does for Pentium. Is it even in this list? Long list. But I mean, some atoms were 32-bit, right? I mean, for me this looks like an afterthought. For me this looks like someone has forgotten that. Alright, wait, this is also... Don't tell me then 586 works. Oh! So... Clang is somehow not defaulting to that. Now we're getting somewhere. I was already wondering that it's highly impossible. Let's fully link that. Surely should work, shouldn't it? Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Just like I speculated 10 minutes ago. Somehow it might not default to M32 for some reason. Maybe the Linux kernel people usually add M32, just not for some remote file. How do we configure Clang? So the cross compiler should be this one. And more drop frames. Thanks for nothing, Vodafone. Lawsuit potentially coming. Because in the meantime, after 4 years not fixing our internet, in the meantime I threatened to sue them, which may or may not be a good idea. Which unfortunately also didn't help. Like 4 years later, now we start contacting our lawyers. Like, yeah, you know, whatever, we do nothing anymore. It's like, yes, thanks for nothing, you scumbags, you modern mafia, internet ISPs, modern mafia, what more to say? 4 years taking our money and then raising the price by €5 for investment into the infrastructure, yet our infrastructure is as bad as it always has been. Thanks for nothing. We are configuring this not much. Why are we not... Yeah, modern build systems, and then you don't have a... Ah wait, this is also... Should it be Clang or IRI Clang? And what do we do is... Yeah, that is the thing, modern tools, they support everything like building PowerPC and MIPS, and then... This wasn't our doorbell, was it? Because I'm waiting for something. No, it wasn't. Yeah, welcome everyone. Modern software, we support, like unlike GCC, where GCC you configure for one target and at least that worked and you get what you configured for. In modern stuff, we support everything, but nothing really works. Like a question there. Yes, you can use T2 as a daily driver. Thanks for agreeing to that. Let's just pause the live stream for a second. I need to fill my laminator. But as usual, there is a further win-win. If you're wondering why do I do this stuff, not only for my precious transmitter CPUs, but this might also affect PowerPC, right? If we now find like our precious PS3 or other such things, so it might actually affect all our 32-bit targets, right? Or something of that sort. How do we configure? So that is LLVM. And yeah, with modern systems, I mean, sure, it builds, it does something, but then it doesn't default to the right arch triplet. Here's LLVM default arch triplet. Maybe. Okay, actually, we freaking do that. And this is also a thing, right? I remember, so now that I look on this, and that's also like testing, the only substitute for testing is more testing. If you're wondering, why do I do all this precious stuff, keeping my lithium ion polymer batteries maintained? Soon 20 old. It's like probably soon worth gold for who else has a OCO, a working, still charging previous video. But in more serious note, because I don't want to roll over cables. What cable is it? I remember touching this 3 times already, right? So every year, and that's also like upstream they change it, right? Sure, I appreciate all the efforts, all the millions of human hours and resources from Chris Lutner's university and Apple and Google and even Sony's PS4 and 5 and so on. Poured into stuff like LLVM Clang. But annoying is of course that with each release they touch configuration details that look innocent and harmless, but at the end of the day break subtle configurations. I remember this. So once upon a time, I remember Clang had that. Actually, how do we test that? So, but then, like probably once there was like 3 years ago Clang default target, and then they removed it and synced it with LLVM. Maybe that is broken again. So just checking. So we're still at 16.06, probably 17, whatever. Soon, unless they forgot. Actually, you know what? I think last time they forgot to update. They went with July, August, September in 1 month or so. Also 2023. Of course, .0 final will be buggy, so let's schedule 14 days later. Yep. Let's see. Text. Download. Yes. Modern stuff. Would be too easy if that would work. There's some 17 going. Some release candidate webs. Okay, so it looks like LLVM should have this. Whether it worked is another. Default target, do we have? Here, LLVM default triple. There it is, 486 T2 Linux GNU. That looks right. What's in with Clang? Oops, this is the wrong Clang. And that is, you find this when you test, right? Like if you only have your precious collection in the shelves, then obviously you don't find bugs, right? Also, I'm dusting them occasionally. Oh, do you know? Did I mention test a pen? Anyway, handwriting recognition coming to your T2 terminal soon. So what's here with the default target? Probably another one. Cannot generate a safe runtime search path for Clang because files and memory may conflict with libraries. What the heck? So apparently that is not the right default. Where even had I too many Maybe we find, there's a chance we find a hint. Here. Currently Clang uses default target. By the way, I had a similar thing recently with libdir, right? They also broke that. Like once upon a time I had here lib suffix from, where do we still have that? Lib suffix. It's like, yeah, once upon a time they used LVM config, except when they don't. It's like here, like once upon a time they had this and then they didn't, and it's like now it's broken again. And that is the thing, right? Many things over 20 years I fix 3 or 8 times, right? Or it doesn't. Absolutely mental. Okay, yeah, it doesn't have this anymore. It's a reason it's commented out. Like, so yeah, probably years ago, 5 years ago, it had that. Here is some run times. LVM default. What is it doing? Docs, LVM default, triple string. LVM target default thing there. And yes, like year 2023, they somehow regex replace power PC64 for maybe on. Would not surprise me if that is P3 only. Let's wait, because it's hopefully not on. This is AIX. Thankfully only AIX. Please use LVM default target triple instead set target triple. What do we have here? CMake modules. Okay, that is generic. I mean, what do they do there? Maybe they broke that. Actually, you know what? It is possible that they, you know what, now that I think about it, maybe they broke it for the last stable, current stable 16. Set LVM target triple default target for which LVM will generate code is deprecated. Okay, that is just target triple without host triple default. But that is LVM, right? Do they use it in Clang? Yes, they do. Include set target triple, set LVM target triple. Oh wait, this is Clang. No. Was I not in Clang? Okay, they don't use that. Here is some tools GNU. They are not needed when the user has correct. Okay, this is get toolchain, get arch. So here they have some x86. Or do they have not that our T2 patching, but surely it shouldn't, right? 486 minutes. Here's unit tests. Or is it? Oh, maybe it's in Clang. Except if it isn't. Here's some toolchains. Don't tell me it needs to be in there. Oh, hello. All right, 586. Don't tell me it needs to be in there to match. I saw recurring theme, right? In one of the first videos here live on YouTube 5 years ago, I said this is so low-tech, hard-coded mess. And here we are full circle. Maybe that is the issue. But 586 actually, okay, 586. So we patch some. The question is, do we patch? Where's our GCC parse? Probably not, right? Ah, it is GCC parse maybe. So what do we have here? No, we patch 386, 486 T2 Linux, 586 T2 Linux. And those with new, so no, it's not that. Okay, so the best thing would be to check which actually does work. Like here, it's not upstream, but of course we patch that. So where was default? Declare a bunch of static data sets that we select between below a specific design to always triple hard-coded sum, for example, target. Incomplete triple can detect the triple variables hard-code sum triples, so that, for example, arch. Incomplete triple can detect needed user, they're not needed when the user has correct. Or is it simply so it could also be that this is simply linking with my host system's LLVM, but is it? No, it's thankfully not. That's like, yeah, just some thought, better to be double checked than sorry. It's also not that. I wonder if we should somehow be able, actually by the way, DME or so. But this has 386 set. ILP, but this is the correct. That is the freaking correct 386 config. So good that I double checked this. If you're wondering why I do sometimes some random things, because I wasted so oft I wasted so oft hours debugging stuff that later turned out to be not working. It's just a habit I developed of sometimes like let's quickly check that. I don't quite see any. I mean 386, surely it should be x86. Oops. x86. There's no. So that is crazy. It defaults to the right, but not M32. That is hilarious. Wait, why does this work now? Ah, this is Clang and not KCC. But KCC works too. Why does this? Why the heck does this? Ah, this is. Ah, okay, not this. I486 KCC, of course. Why does it work now? What the heck? Huh? This was literally not working some. Okay, what's the difference that this doesn't work and that... Ah, ah shit, now I overwrote the log file. Yeah, KCC. Maybe it's switch. No, that is also the correct one. I need to rerun this again because I overwrote the log file. Yeah, computer science and computer IT stuff, difficult Heisenbergs. Where the heck is the error? I slightly wonder what -m thing they run this with. Where does this work now? Except the Linux kernel doesn't. But it clearly didn't work. That should work, yeah. We run this with now. Why does march, why does this work now? I'm a little bit puzzled. I mean, not only that it previously didn't work, I literally changed nothing yet. Where is... So yeah, sometimes you debug around for half an hour and then you realize somehow something else was going on. Yeah, it's one of those live streams that quickly fix something and long time later, like, YOLO, what even happened here? There is... Although this is just the real mode linker script, right? Did they delete that? Is it a temporary file? What? Here is something. Why do they target x86 64 Linux? So yeah, pro tip, look into internal things in the beginning. It looks like they intentionally generated that somewhere. So what do they do? Save command, source, ld, something. Probably we need to check where they get this target from. Maybe that is so, but why did it? Okay, fine, let's not think about why my manual run thing also didn't work for reasons. Or maybe I've run the wrong Clang, that might be. Okay, target should not be that often. Let's probably grab for that. Also, yeah, shouldn't be there that often. Cross compile, yada yada, Clang target. Cable, Clang, yeah. So the problem is we have this in all this generated things here. Here is something, so cabled. Cabled user space, user length, tools. So what I usually do then is extract this a second time, because I don't want to ruin this intermediate state, build artifacts. Download mirror Linux 6.4. Do I have? Yeah, so maybe very few people potentially did actually compile that for case for cross-polling, as it has a target flag which is needed boot compressed. Oops, is it that one here? Rust samples, script, Clang. It's quite some actually. Clang target subarch. Here is actually x86. Target option to scripts. So I guess nobody. Okay, here they actually have 32-bit. So yeah, probably nobody ever has built this for. It's a Linux kernel. It's like, yeah, coming full circle, wasting another half an hour for nothing. Can we directly config? Do we have config things there? So it would be 32, right? Which file even was it? Scripts, make file. The Clang also? At least we found it. Actually, somewhere would they have config here? Individual arch Mac file should use LLVM. Do we have config here? That is the question. Otherwise, we would need to split this. Where do they use that? Maybe they use this with architecture if equal target flags. Here's source arch and sub arch. Source arch. They really couldn't make it more complicated, right? I mean, we could conditionally patch it because it's a little bit more messy than I would want it. We could simply conditionally patch it for 386, as we know when we build for 386 it surely should be. Let's see if it's even that. Maybe it isn't. Could still blow up. I mean, it could either not work, blow up in different kind of creative ways. I also apparently rebuilds everything. Thankfully we have some epic thread ripping CPU performance at fingertips too. You surely don't want to do that on a single threaded code morphing. Precious transmitter cluster. Okay, it runs surprisingly long. Okay, that was all that's needed. Wow, that was an expensive one-liner. So it's of course possible to patch it in there, but given that they don't have an x86 sub-arch differentiation there at hand. We could also, it's like a hotfix, Clang LTO patch or just Clang. It would be that, I believe. So then we conditionally patch this only for x32-bit x86. That might be all that we needed. Actually, you know what? Let's build this for both because certainly. So yeah, all this investigation, but at least we have double and triple checked our LLVM Clang configuration. Yeah, another 1 hour. But yeah, I couldn't think that with all the 30 years of Linux 386 legacy, they could make such a dumb logic bug in their makefile stuff. And as this makefile stuff is somewhat tricky, I'm suspecting they don't have the config, kconfig stuff there. Otherwise, we could just if equal kconfig. Maybe we could, but it's like here, I put enough work into this. That probably does work. If not, we'll fix it later. That's it for this video. It was too long. It was long enough and too long. I hope you enjoyed to learn something. Maybe. And yeah, people always, it might look excessively long with 1 hour, but all developers know sometimes, even with lots of experience, you look everywhere and don't expect such a dumb thing. Plus, somehow I was misled with whatever I tried there. Maybe I tried something wrong. Maybe I've run my, I could rewind and watch my own video. Probably misled by my own debug commands there, of probably not running the right cross compiler. And this led me to the wrong path of searching it on LLVM Clang. Anyway, we double and triple checked some stuff and probably get the 32-bit Linux kernel now to LTO link for even higher performance on code morphing x86 CPUs. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this and learned something. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, because that is all what it takes to maintain a Linux distribution and make it one of the best out there and have everything we could possibly find, test and find fixed. And I hope to see you soon. Or have a good day and night, and I hope to see you soon for the next fun and hopefully less time-wasting stuff to come.